All right. All right. Let's see if this goes live. Does it? Dope. All right. You guys are going to have to let me know if my sound goes off. All right. Well, welcome everybody to the last, the final, the grand finale Shane Dawson Conspiracy Palette giveaway. But more importantly, we are raising money for Faces and Voices of Recovery. So, way it's going to go down, any super chat that you do in this live stream, any super chat, 100%. 100%, aside from the cut that YouTube takes. No, I'll just donate that. So, anyways, 100% of all the super chats will go to Faces and Voices of Recovery. Amazing nonprofit organization out there trying to help end addiction through a bunch of different ways. And there's also a direct link. There's also a direct link in the description if you want to donate to Faces and Voices of Recovery directly. So my goal for this live stream is to raise $100. I don't think that's too crazy. All right, but there's a direct link in the description if you would like to check it out, and later I will announce the winner of the giveaway. And my beautiful girlfriend Tristan is here. Everybody tell her happy birthday. It is her birthday, and I gave her a present that I'm not going to tell you guys about, but it was an email. Actually, I'll tell you. I'll tell you a little bit. I got Tristan an email from Shane Dawson saying happy birthday. How great is that? um, so yeah, during the live stream we're talking mental health, psychology, um, addiction. You know what? I think some people had some questions too that I'll answer. And since I need to multitask, I'll be gaming a little bit too, but I will be focusing on the chat. So if you guys have any questions that you want me to answer about addiction, mental health, whatever it is, hold on. Let me see if there was any good questions here. What's the best way to be? Oh, okay, okay. There we go. Yeah, there's some questions here. All right, cool. I was actually gonna do a video on this first one. Oh yeah, by the way, so hi, hey everybody. Got Sarah, Millennial Mama, Jurasi. That's a fun name? Ari, Gelly, Stephanie, Daly's up in here. What up, Daly? Uh, Caitlin, Salma, Kerri. Kerri's got a question. I'll answer that in a second. Happy Baker, Michelle D. How long does anxiety last after opioid detox? Ooh, got some good questions. Okay, cool. So let's get this thing rolling. Don't forget, we're raising money for Faces and Voices of Recovery. All super chats will be going towards them. So we got a question, and then I'll answer the questions from the YouTube video that I posted the other day. So where was Kerri? Where was Kerri? Kerri asked, when something triggers you, how do you control the instant anxiety and racing thoughts? So, so here's my first piece of advice, and for everybody who doesn't know me, I'm not a licensed therapist, licensed psychologist, anything like that. I am a recovering drug addict. I'm currently in the middle of getting my CADC, Certified Alcohol and Drug Counselor's license. So a lot of what I am sharing is based on my own personal experience. Get professional help if you need it. All right, so that instant anxiety. So one of the things I love mindfulness because mindfulness taught me to just let things flow through me, right? So that word control, like when Kerri says like control the instant anxiety, like when we try to control, and this is for everybody, right? When we try to control our emotions, when we try to control, all those things, like we can, I think of it as what is up with my graphics? I think of it as controlling the behavior, but not the emotion. All right? So let me repeat that for the people in the back. We need to work on controlling the behavior, not the emotion. What do I mean by that? All right? The behavior is we don't pick up a drink or a drug no matter what. All right? That's the behavior that we're trying to control. As far as the emotion, the anxiety, the craving, whatever it is, that's going to happen. That's going to happen, baby girl. All right? Like I live in Las Vegas, and surrounded by drugs, surrounded by alcohol. Weed's legal here. My drug of choice was prescription opioids. Every time I go, and I used to hate when I first got sober. People are like, I haven't had a craving in 20,000 years. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, the thought goes through my mind. You know what I mean? It's just I don't act on it. And in early recovery, we call it the obsession, right? You'll hear a lot of people talk about how the obsession was lifted. And eventually the obsession goes away. The obsession goes away the longer you stay sober. All right? Like, if you can just stay sober for the first year, hell, even the 6 months, your cravings start to reduce substantially. Like when I first got sober, that craving, that anxiety, like, and the racing thoughts, they wouldn't go. They would just sit there, you know what I mean? So in early recovery, I would distract myself. One of the best ways to distract yourself is by going to a damn meeting, a 12-step meeting. Like, if you're in a small town, they don't have them all the time, but you can always check out intherooms.com. They do online meetings. But like in early recovery, it's just about fucking distracting yourself, man. Like, I would go to meetings, I would hang out with my roommates in the sober living, I would play video games, I would watch stuff. You know, they say that the average craving, like when you sit and actually calculate it, it lasts for like, I think like less than 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So it's just like, distract yourself for 10 minutes and by then it'll kind of subside. I also took naltrexone. Naltrexone's good for cravings and early recovery. You know what I mean? So I would recommend, like, this is one of the reasons I'm so big on mental health and not just addiction recovery. If your cravings are giving you anxiety, work on your anxiety. You feel me? You feel me? What is this? Look, you can throw coal. Throw coal. Getting coal. But yeah, if you guys got questions, ask them in the live stream about addiction or mental health, whatever you got, put it down in there. And if you guys want me to elaborate or dive deeper into anything, just let me know, baby. There was another question. Hold on. Oh, I should put it on live chat, huh, Tristan? Okay, so how long does anxiety last after opioid detox? So by the way, shameless plug here. But if you haven't yet, go to my website, therewiredsoul.com. Anxiety's come up twice already. I have a book called Rewire Your Anxiety. All right? A lot of people seem to like it, so check it out. All right? Now, how long does anxiety last after opioid detox? It really depends. Like, I don't like answering specifics about detox. I can give you like a range, an estimate. You know what I mean? But because detox, like, my withdrawals from opioids lasted like a week maybe. Like, the physical pain lasted for a week. As far as the anxiety, I don't know how much was withdrawal anxiety and how much was my generalized anxiety disorder. Because I don't think I got on my Lexapro meds, my anxiety meds, non-narcotic anxiety meds, until like maybe 3 months sober, 2 or 3 months sober. And that helped a lot. This is one of the reasons why treatment's so good, because they give you non-narcotic medications, so non-addictive medications. Like, I think the main one we gave at my treatment center was gabapentin. Some people were on Lexapro, like I was. But yeah, how long does it last? It really depends, because there's also post-acute withdrawal and everything like that. But I made a video about Taylor Nicole Dean going through Suboxone withdrawal, and I talked about it. And please, if you haven't yet, like, if you're worried about withdrawal, or if you know nobody who's struggling with withdrawal or gonna try to get clean, go watch that video about Taylor Nicole Dean getting off Suboxone. It's called, like, Advice for Taylor Nicole Dean. Because listen, like, it is a very, very small portion of your life for your sobriety. Like, I've seen so many people relapse because of withdrawal. Come on. Die! But you just push through it. You just push through it, and you take it one day at a time. But always get medical help if you're going through withdrawal. Happy birthday. When something triggers you, how do you control the Oh, wait. I already read that one. Would love to watch, but no worries, Voodoo. Okay, someone's shooting me. Someone's shooting me. Talk about things that can predispose you to addiction. Ooh, that's always a good topic. So those of you who don't know, I don't know if I need to make sure I link it on my website, but I have a free course, FREE course on the science of addiction, and I go through what predisposes people to addiction. So the risk factors are, wait, wait, is that a person? Yeah, it is. Um, so one of them are genetics. So if addiction runs in your family, you have about a 50% chance of developing addiction. All right, but that's only a small portion of it. Like me personally, I had like multiple risk factors. So one of the risk factors is genetics, right? They found an addiction gene. It's also associated with Parkinson's disease. But another major risk factor is being raised by an addict or alcoholic, all right? And when I say that, it's different than genetics. So even if you're adopted, if you grow up in a household where one or both caregivers are addicted, your chances are, I believe the last time I checked, upwards of 80%. All right? So that's another risk factor. The leading cause of addiction is untreated mental illness. All right? So another reason, reason number 9 million why I talk about mental health as well as addiction is because mental health is the leading cause of addiction as well as relapse. Like, I have this mentor. I love that motherfucker. I love him so much. But sometimes, like, he's like, Chris, just stick to addiction. Just stick to addiction. And I'm like, nope. Because you can't. You can't. If you're doing your due diligence trying to help people with addiction, you gotta talk about mental health. Like, there are so many people who relapse because they got sober and they oh, you got jacked up. They got sober and then they like stopped taking care of their mental health. You have to take care of your mental health. Tony, no, it hasn't happened yet. I'll be announcing it in a little bit. But we are raising money for Faces and Voices of Recovery. Great non-profit organization. So any super chat that you give and donate, 100% go towards Faces and Voices of Recovery. And my goal is to raise $100 for him. That's my goal, $100. So who wants to help raise $100 for Faces and Voices of Recovery? Yeah, this is the fundraiser to Journey to Find K. Let me see. What's that? Ooh, I want that. I want you. Just started. There's a direct link to make a donation. Yes, there's also a direct link. Ever since I got clean, all I want to do is smoke weed. I only have 1 year left on probation. Been thinking about smoking weed when I get off. I have over a year clean. What's your thoughts on weed? Ooh, amazing question. I have some videos about that. Like, I just made a video, I think a couple weeks ago, about why I don't smoke weed. All right? And here's the thing, Caitlin. For me personally, whenever I smoked weed, it always led me back to opioids. Every single time. And I'm not the only one. I know a lot of people. A lot of people where it led them back. I'm pro weed. Like for any normal person out there, if you don't struggle with addiction, smoke your fucking face off. All right? Like, weed has so many good medicinal purposes, but it's like, Caitlin, to answer your question, like, for me, mind-altering substances, I'm allergic to them, all right? Like, it helps me to think of them as an allergy, all right? So let's say you had a peanut allergy. Let's say for some reason, whenever you ate peanuts, you got arrested, okay? Whenever you ate peanuts, you got arrested, all right? Just follow me here. Follow me with this one. Whenever you ate peanuts, you got arrested. So then you go on probation, and you're just like, all I can think about is when I get off probation, I'm going to eat some peanuts. Like, that's crazy of us, right? Like, if that's all we can think about is like, okay. Like, I know peanuts will fuck me up, but as long as I'm not on probation, it's okay. Like, that's the way I think about it. Like, I can't guarantee it'll lead you back to your drug of choice, but based on my experience, not only my personal experience, but my experience working with a ton of other drugs addicts and alcoholics. So the thing I had to work on, Caitlin, is I had to understand why I wanted to, right? Like, why did I want to smoke weed? Why did I want to drink? Why did I want to do opioids? It's because I didn't know how to be okay with just being me, right? I was discontent all the time. Like, it was my solution for everything, right? Anxious, bored, happy, sad, depressed, nervous. Every single emotion you can name, I wanted to alter my state of being, right? Like, I couldn't even go to the grocery store without being high. So, what I had to do, and this is for anybody out there who has, like, any kind of toxic behavior that you want to get rid of, we got to find out why we're doing it in the first place, and that's the thing that we got to work on. You know, and I had 50 million reasons I wanted to drink and use and do just messed up things, you know what I mean? And I had to learn new ways to cope with them. That's why I'm always talking about different coping skills. Therapy, meditation, journaling, like watching YouTube videos, like whatever it is that'll help you work on it. Like, you guys, like, this is not to toot my own horn. This is to give anybody hope. Like, anybody in this live stream, if you even know half of what happened to me this year, which was very public, if you even know half of it, like, I didn't drink a single beer over it. I didn't smoke. I didn't have one puff of fucking the devil's lettuce. You know what I mean? And, like, this year was rough, man. Like, aside from, like, you know, like, nobody really close passed away from me in 2019, but I went through one of the hardest years of my life, and I didn't have to drink or smoke, you know? So that's just something to kind of think about, you know what I mean? How do you feel about just THC after recovery? Kerri, like I said, like, there's some people who can do it. It's just I've experimented with that before, and it always led me back to CBD. Okay, so CBD is tricky. All right, I haven't fully formed an opinion on that for people in recovery, but I do know that they make THC free CBD. All right, but here's where I stand right now. All right, this is purely my opinion. Do whatever the hell you want. But in my opinion, it's just the same as drinking an O'Doul's, because for the CBD that they have that they say doesn't have THC, it has like I think it's 0.03% or something, and that's the same as like non-alcoholic beer, right? Like, non-alcoholic beer does have alcohol. It's just like a minuscule amount. But, like, so that's one of the main things holding me back from even, like, trying it, is because even though they're legally allowed to label it as THC free, cats are fucking with each other. Even though they're legally allowed to say it's THC free, it still has some. And here's why that worries me personally. Just for me, just talking about Chris, here. Here's a little quick story time for you. Before I really got into pills, alcohol was my problem, and I was a Bacardi drinker. I drank a shit ton of rum, and I got to the point. Anybody in AA, you know, like how they talk about this in the book, but I thought I could switch from liquor to beer. I'm like, okay, hard liquor is my problem. All right, so I'm like, okay, Chris, just don't drink hard liquor. Just drink beer. So I went to the store and I got like a 24 pack of beer or whatever the big pack of beer is, right? I'm like, okay, I'll just drink this and I'll get a little bit of a buzz or I'll get drunk off of, X amount of beers or whatever, right? And I literally drank the entire 24 pack that night trying to get drunk. All right? So why do I share that story when we're talking about THC free CBD? It's because I am a fucking drug addict. And if it even has a little bit in there, I will try to make up for that little bit by doing a lot of it. All right? So if there was like CBD gummies that were like THC free, I would eat like 15 bags trying to get a buzz and be like, whoop. I would tell Trista, I'd be like, whoop, it's THC free. Because that's how us addicts roll. If you're an addict like me, you don't give a fuck. You'll just keep doing it until it messes your world up. So I hope that answers the question. Oh, do you have a lightsaber? Is that what you're doing? Yeah. Give me a lightsaber. Give me a lightsaber. Give me a lightsaber. Give me a lightsaber. It's Tristan's birthday. Give me a lightsaber. Oh! Look, I dare him to try it again. Yay! A lightsaber! Yay! Oh, he had more than one! What were you holding back on, bro? Yeah, that's my man. Hold on, I'm trying to read the chat. Aside from, I enjoy Fortnite. It like Fortnite. Fortnite's a good game. Like I play the Team Rumble mode, so like I don't really gotta think. And they're doing so much Star Wars stuff right now. Dylan, my son and I watched the new Star Wars. Not the new Star Wars. We watched the Last Jedi today because we got tickets for opening night for the new one this weekend or Thursday, and yeah, funny story. So like, do they have Kylo Ren's? I like Kylo Ren's lightsaber. Oh, he took it. Did he take it? Raise, Mace Windu's. I don't need no Mace Windu lightsaber. Whatever. But anyways, so like when a really dope movie's coming out, usually like Marvel or Star Wars, we'll go see it opening night, like Thursday night instead of Friday. And like when my son like goes and tells his friends like, hey, I saw this movie the day before it came out. They don't believe him. They're like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. And then my son, since he's a dope kid, he doesn't spoil the movie. He could easily just spoil the movie and be like, haha, see, told ya. Oh, you're about to get wrecked. You guys see what I just did with that lightsaber? You guys see that lightsaber? So excited for today? You should be. We're giving away the conspiracy palette. Yeah, what happened? Did they like restock or they restocked like pre-orders? Okay, you know what? Tristan, can we have this talk? Okay, we're going to have this talk, which might be controversial. Huh? You have no idea. Okay, all right. Hold on one second, Alyssa, and I'll answer that. So Tristan showed me some videos of people who are upset with the makeup industry for like a few things. How often they're releasing palettes, and you guys can tell me how often they're releasing palettes and how scarce they are, right? And I'm sitting here, and this is my opinion, all right? But like, you don't have to buy it. You don't gotta buy the palettes. Like we have any of you guys watched that new show Broken on Netflix? I watched the makeup one with Tristan, and because of that need to like impress others and like get some. Like people are buying counterfeit makeup. But anyways, you don't gotta buy it. Like, just don't buy it. And plus, you got guys like me doing giveaways. But anyways, they were also talking about the scarcity of it, and they don't make much. And I'm just like, well, like, okay, so let's talk about the Shane Dawson and Jeffree one real quick. Like, what if it completely flopped? Like, Shane Dawson in his series mentioned that he has an entire warehouse filled with sunglasses that he released that nobody bought, right? So, like, yeah, I I would order less than, like you set, like, what is that thing, like expect the worst but hope for the best. That's what it is, right? So they didn't want to be stuck with a bunch of inventory. Like, why would they make like way more than they thought they were going to sell? Now, if you're like me, I thought that they were going to sell out. Like, I didn't think that was too crazy, but I understand where the concern is from a business standpoint. I wouldn't want to be sitting on a bunch of product, you know? Oh, that guy just didn't even know what was going to happen. Oh, and then I died to that guy. So anyways, you guys let me know if I'm crazy. Like, supply and demand, baby. Supply and demand. They do that with toys too. Like every single Christmas. Have there been like toys? I don't really, my son's not really into like the traditional toys anymore. But like, are there still like remember when Tickle Me Elmo was like the shit? Right? And like they were sold out everywhere, and then some people like buy them and sell them on eBay and stuff like that. I don't know. It's like same thing. Same thing.
Yeah, it's like, remember last year with the BB-8?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that little robot?
Yeah, the BB-8 last year. Yeah, so everybody, it's something that happens across all industries. It's just business. Like, we just need to not be such mindless consumers. Oh, you got jacked by my lightsaber, bruh. Jacked by it. Hold on, Alyssa. I'm going to answer your question in just a second. Right after I send this guy. Oh, someone else got him. What's about, why can't someone change their lives? Ooh. Why would someone not be able to let themselves get promoted? My mom won't change anything in her life. Self-sabotage is real, right? I don't know the specifics behind the psychology of this. I actually just put a book on my reading list, though, to read about self-sabotage, because, like I can share from my experience. I used to do that a lot, and one of the reasons I self-sabotaged, like when I reflected on it, was a few reasons. One of them was because I didn't think I deserved better, right? Like, I didn't think I deserved to be, to get a promotion, to have a better job, to date someone, that wasn't like a piece of shit, like, I didn't think I was worthy of it. But also, part of it too is some people self-sabotage because of the pressure, right? If you succeed, now there's more pressure on you. Like, if you get a promotion, there's more responsibilities. And some people, they don't succeed out of fear that they're going to screw up. Like, they don't want to, they don't want to have more eyeballs on them. They don't want to manage people, and, they don't want that pressure. You know what I mean? So some people, they coast. But hey, like, for some people, they're totally happy doing that. Like sometimes I wish I was like that and could just, like, chill the fuck out, But I always want more, 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 and I want to, do these things. So we're all wired differently. So there's a few different reasons for, like, not wanting to move forward. But yeah, because one of my favorite quotes too is, increased levels lead to new devils, right? So, like, a lot of people, they want that promotion, they want to make more money, they want to do this, right? But they don't understand the stresses that come along with it. Like, I'm a prime example of people who want to become a YouTuber, right? Everybody's like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to get all this clout, I want to get all these subscribers and everything like that. And, like, I went through some shit this year, but look at all the other YouTubers, right? Like, look what James Charles went through right now. Well, Daphia, stop it. No, Daphia, why do you think Why do you think you self-sabotage? Here, potty break. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So, anybody who's just now joining, we will be announcing the Shane Dawson Conspiracy Palette giveaway winner. We've given away 2 mini controversy palettes. Now we're giving away the big guy. We're giving away the big dog today. All right, but more importantly, this is a charity live stream. So 100% of super chats will be going to Faces and Voices of Recovery, a nonprofit organization, helps out, decrease the stigma for addiction, raise awareness. So if you do super chats, 100% of that will be donated. Also, if you would like to donate to them directly, link is down in the description. And yeah, the goal of this live stream, raise $100. That's it. That's easy. That's easy. Easy peasy. You just add up some $5 donations, boom. Easy peasy. So, hold on, let me check this. All right, so on the video, someone said, what's the best way to be supportive without being an enabler? Such a good question. Such a good question. I was going to make a video, and I might still make a video on this, just about enabling. Like, I don't blame anybody for my addiction. Like that's common. We want to point our finger and be like, oh well, you enabled me. Like I tell people, like, no, fuck that. It's our responsibility. Like, that's used as like this emotionally manipulative bullshit, like telling your family that they enabled you and stuff like that. Like, my recovery is my responsibility. You know what I mean? So if any of you are worried about enabling, like, just know you can work on it. You can work on it, but you can't make anybody drink or use. You know what I mean? So I beg you to keep that in mind. And the reason I say that is because so many people hold guilt. Like, one of my best friends in the world, like, she held guilt for a long time about my addiction. And thank God I was taught that it had nothing to do with her. You know what I mean? And I told her a million times, I'm like, listen, I tried to tell her there's nothing you could have done that would have stopped me. Like, if you didn't, like, because her and I would go drink together sometimes. We'd go party, you know? I'm like, if you didn't drink with me, I would have gone out drinking anyways. Um, like, a prime example is my ex who passed away from alcoholism. A lot of us who actually gave a shit about her, we distanced ourselves from her because we wouldn't go drinking with her anymore. And she just found people who would do that, you know? Like, for those of us who are addicts, we will find people to enable us. It's like fucking Hydra, right? Like, you chop off one head and two more appear. You get rid of one enabler and two more enablers appear. Thank you, Daphia. Hope I'm saying your name. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. Daphia, did you answer about your self-sabotaging? Because I want to talk about that, if you got some examples of how you're self-sabotaging. But yeah, that question about how do you support somebody without enabling them? One of them is calling them out on their bullshit, right? Like, and when I say that, it's, like, are they putting in the work, right? Like, when I used to, like, when I was the alumni coordinator at the rehab, I would talk to family members. And every client we had a discharge plan. And the discharge plan was usually like going to therapy, going to meetings, you know, whatever it is, right? And and if they weren't doing that, it was like call them out. Like call them out and be like, why aren't you doing these things? Because we had a lot of people would leave treatment and go back home and lie to their husband or their wife or their parents, right? Like, oh yeah, they didn't tell me to do anything. They said I'm fixed. They said I'm cured. I'm like, the fuck we did, you know? So then when I would talk to the parents, it's like, I'd rat them out. I'd rat them out so quick. Yeah, yeah, you think I won't narc out on one of my fellow addicts? Yeah, I'll hella narc on somebody to save their ass. So one of the ways to support them is by calling them out. The other thing is, oh, thank you for the super chat, Alyssa Bella. We're raising that money for Faces in Recovery. If you guys want, if you want to be one of the cool people, do the super chat. We're donating it all to Faces and Voices of Recovery. Um, One of the best ways to support somebody in recovery or even with mental illness is to just learn, to educate yourself about addiction, to educate yourself about mental illness. Like, I've been reading a really wide range of books lately, but every few books, every book here or there, I try to dive deep into a specific mental illness. Like recently, I read Stop Walking on Eggshells, which is all about living with somebody with borderline personality disorder. Fucking love that book. Love that book. Here's why I love that book. Because it didn't demonize people with borderline personality disorder. And I like that. It like the first part of the book, like the first like 1/3 of the book, is helping you understand what they're going through, you know? And I think that's the key. Like when you understand, like I'm not trying to justify the behavior of anybody, but like when you understand like they're not doing, like somebody with BPD or somebody with an addiction or somebody with anorexia or somebody with PTSD or whatever, if you understand that they're not doing it to hurt you and it's just part of the illness, it helps. It helps tremendously. Oh, thank you, Jada. Thank you for the super chat for Faces and Voices of Recovery. We're getting there. We're getting there. The goal is to raise $100. We're getting closer. How much have we raised yet? I'd say, yeah, about $6 so far. But we got time, baby. I ain't losing hope. The goal is to raise $100, so we're gonna do it. So go tweet out this thing. Get people in here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, there's also a direct link to Faces and Recovery, Faces and Voices of Recovery in the description. The only thing is I can't calculate that, so we'll pretend for right now that a shit ton of people donated in there. What was I saying? What was I saying? Yeah, educate yourself about different mental illnesses and stuff like that. But here's the other thing too. Like for me, from my perspective, it's nobody else's responsibility, and this is something I had to learn. it's nobody else's responsibility to understand my mental illness. That is a luxury. You know what I mean? Like, it's a luxury if somebody understands it. Like, I'm fortunate that I'm with Tristan and she understands that shit. But, like, it's, like, if we sit around waiting and saying, like, oh, I can only get better if my mom or if my significant other understands my addiction, that's the only way I'll be better. Like, that's bullshit, and a lot of times we know that's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, when I first got sober, I would read, oh, thank you, Kerri. Um, but yeah, it's bullshit if we think that someone else understanding our addiction is gonna get us better. It's not. So, Kerri, did you push people away who were trying to help you? Fuck yes, I did. Absolutely. Like, that, I was really good at that. Like, Daphia, like, going back to the whole idea of self-sabotage, right? Like, I did not want you around if you wanted what was best for me, I would distance myself from you. And here's the sad truth about it. I hated myself, so I didn't want anybody else to love me. You know, that's why it was so difficult. Oh, hey, what up, redheaded princess in here? That's my girl. Oh, shit, I'm out of ammo. I'm going to take yours. Oh, no. Okay. Hey, I'm not going to shoot you. Not going to shoot you. Not going to shoot you. Oh, I got you. Give me all your ammo. But yeah, like, I'd always push people away. So for all of you non-addicts, like, don't be offended by that. Like, it's hard to explain. I always say, like, I wish we can give, like, I can give, like, a pill that just made people willing to get better. But just realize, like, if somebody doesn't want to get better, it's hard as fuck to make, to change that about them. You know, some people aren't ready to get better, and they'll push you away. What the? No, don't you lightsaber me. Don't you lightsaber me. Raising that money. Raise that money. We are almost there, everybody. Almost there. Only $90 left. And we're at our goal for raising money for Faces and Voices of Recovery. See, that's a goal. But you know what? What if I was a dick and I was like, I'm not announcing the winner until we raise that money? That'd be messed up, huh? Yeah, that would. So don't make me do it. So yeah, just realize, like, people won't get better until they're ready, and like it's hard. Like, my mom had to wait until I was ready to get sober. I had to wait until my best friend was ready to get sober, but like, sometimes you have to cut. Like, I was also thinking about doing a video about this. Sometimes you got to cut that person out of your life, but still check in on them. You know what I mean? Like, don't give up on them completely. Just like, hey, I'll do whatever I can to help you get better, but until you're ready to get better, I can't do that. What the fuck? What gun was in here? Oh, some little whack pistol. Is that a silenced pistol? No. Oh, what up, Jess? How you been? Look at that smile on my face. I haven't seen Jess in forever. I'm heading off YouTube. I hope. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Alexis. Have a good time and a great holiday if I don't talk to you. And by the way, everybody, if for some reason you gotta go, I don't want you to go. I enjoy your company, but if you gotta go, this live stream's staying up, and whoever wins, I email them. All right? I just really enjoy your company, and that's why I do live streams. I'm sorry, what was that? Do you find yourself pushing away people trying to help now, or was that just an act of addiction? Okay, so no, let's be honest. This is going to be a little bit of a story, so everybody kick your feet up, relax, and everything like that. So when I first, holy mother of God, when I first got sober, I needed everybody to help me, and, like, I was like a baby. I was like a fucking child, right? And I had a really good friend, right? I had a really good friend, and she gave me the toughest of all tough love when I first got sober. And it pissed me off, but I needed it. She called me out on my bullshit, and I needed it. Now, as I continued to stay sober, though, like I'm talking like 2, 3, 4 years sober, I started to get frustrated with her because it was like, it's almost like when you're a kid and your parents keep babying you. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, hey, like, I'm an adult now, like, quit babying me. And that, so it kind of like got me upset, and I had to have a few conversations with her because I was like 4 years sober and I was back working again. I had my son in my life. I was like paying my bills and I was doing all these things, and she kept trying to baby me. So that got really frustrated, and she kind of backed off, and now we're like cool. Now we're equals. So as far today, some people don't realize it, but I take more. I take a lot of criticism very seriously. I take a lot of criticism very, very seriously. I sit, I think about it, I debate about it. The problem is that we have to realize that not all criticism is valid criticism. So let's say Sherry. Sorry, Sherry, I just saw your picture pop up, right? So Sherry, I don't know how old that picture is, and I can barely see it. But let's say Sherry is wearing like a dope ass pair of black sneakers, right? Sherry's got some black sneakers on, and she's rocking them sneakers hardcore, and she looks bomb in them. And Sherry is just strutting her shit, and we're like, damn, girl, your sneakers look amazing. Well, now imagine someone comes up to Sherry and says, I don't like those sneakers on you. I don't like how those sneakers make you look. In fact, those sneakers they kind of make me feel uncomfortable. I want you to wear red sneakers, right? And Sherry's like, no, man, like I like my black sneakers. There's a lot of other people who like my black sneakers. I'm not going to do that. So would it be fair for that person to tell Sherry that she's not good at changing or not good at taking criticism? It's like, no, like Sherry's opinion is just different. So I think it's important that we take everything into consideration, but sometimes we're not going to agree with it. Like, we have to realize that we all have our own morals, we all have our own values. Like, like some of you know, I've read a lot of books recently on morality and things like that. I don't mind saying it, and I've said it a million times. I'm liberal. Like, I am a liberal person. But I won't ever tell a conservative person, like, well, depending on what it is, but I won't tell a conservative person that they're flat out wrong. You know why? Because their values are different than mine, right? Like, I'm not religious. I am not religious, okay? But if a conservative person is pro-choice, I mean, no, I mean, pro-life, like, I understand that is based on how they were raised. I'm not going to say, oh, you just don't know how to take criticism. You're not open to new ideas and things like that. Like, they might have been raised their entire life, and like maybe they're just standing true to their values and everything. So the way the way I check myself is, what are my motives? What are my intentions? You know what I mean? Because there comes a certain point. Okay, here's another. Oh, we got a donation of what is that, euros? Nice. Another $2 from Alyssa. You go, Alyssa. And we got some from Epic Cammy. What up, girl? Glad to see you made it. So yeah, here's the last thing that I'll say on it. Uh, oh. I check my motives. I check my intentions, right? And things like that. Oh, no. Here's what I was gonna say. A while back, I asked how many people have a problem with standing up for themselves. And actually, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. It was on my community tab. I said, how many people have a problem standing up for themselves? Blogs, blogs. By the way, go check out the mental health blogs. Are you in therapy? Maybe I just did it on. Yeah, do you struggle with standing up for yourself? Look at this, you guys. 308 people voted. 73% of people said they struggle with standing up for themselves. All right? So when we talk about people who don't quote unquote take criticism and everything like that, you got to understand, sometimes people are just standing up for themselves too. And a lot of you out there who are people pleasers, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you wish that you could stand up for yourself a little bit more. I used to suck at standing up for myself. Like, people are like, Chris, you need to change this, this, and this, and this, and this about you. And that was usually like when I was in toxic relationships and shit, you know? And finally I had to stand up for myself and say, no, fuck you. This is how I am. These are my values, and yeah. All right. Yep, it worked, Cubby. So yeah, we're getting closer. We're getting closer, baby. So those of you who are just joining, 100% of the proceeds go to Faces and Voices of Recovery. From the Super Chats, there's also a direct link in the description. And soon, we will be doing the Shane Dawson Conspiracy Palette final giveaway. Final giveaway. So I think we had... how many entries? So some of you had extra entries from... like following on Instagram and Twitter. Some of you had an extra entry from following my friends at Sun Studios. Some of you had extra entries from retweeting some of the videos that I told you to tweet. And I think the grand total of entries was just under 900. All right, so some people had, I think the max amount of entries was like 5. I'm going to die in this storm. I am going to die in this storm. So I think the maximum number of entries, or the highest number, was 5. I think a few people had 5, because they did all the things. So yeah. So we will be announcing that soon. Maybe, how long? It's Tristan's birthday, so I'm actually probably going to end pretty soon. Maybe even after this match? Maybe? We'll see. I'm about to die. But yeah, everybody, if you're just now joining, the goal is to raise $100 for Faces and Voices of Recovery. I have the option to get help right at the moment when I wanted, 5 minutes earlier and 5 minutes later. True that. So you guys, alright, so just to give you guys a sneak peek, I'm going to be doing a lot of videos on the history of psychology on my channel. I've been diving into it lately, and oh my god, I did not know how fucked up everything was. Like how screwed up everything used to be. But it's crazy because after working in the industry, there's still some of that stuff lingering around. I'm also debating on doing videos about my experience working in like a really big treatment center, where, you know, money was a very big priority of you son of a bitch. But yeah, like a lot of psychology of, or a lot of history of psychology. I might do history of addiction. I want to talk about something I want to talk about too, and I have a really funny format that I'm not going to tell you about yet. Who the fuck was just shooting at me? I'm not going to tell you guys the format yet, but I think, and I got the green light from Tristan, it's going to be hilarious, but I'm going to talk about some of the controversies in psychology. Because I think a lot of people are just like, a lot of people think that psychology is very black and white, right? Like, oh, they did this and everybody agrees on it. Like, girl. A lot of psychologists disagree with studies and findings and treatment practices and everything. And my goal is that we should all be well informed. Like, we should all be really informed about the treatment that we're getting. Like, I'm learning more about studies and statistics. Like, is cognitive behavioral therapy the best therapy? Is DBT a good therapy? Is individual therapy better than group therapy, or vice versa? Um, there's some really famous psychological studies that have been somewhat that are now being looked at as the results may have been skewed. Like, I'm talking about really popular studies. Oh, what up, Kimberly, with the $5 super chat? Going to faces and voices of recovery. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I know some of you will be interested in that too. But yeah, we should all be smarter about it. Like, something I've been really thinking about lately. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Like, a lot of us will take any medication that a doctor gives us and just puts it in our body. Like, we will just take any kind of, like, oh, here you go, and we'll just take it. Just no question to ask. Doctor will write us a prescription for a new medication. We will go to the pharmacy, fill that shit. You know, the pharmacist says, do you have any questions about this medication? We're like, nah, right? I think there's a few reasons for this, right? One of them is, like, since we were children, we've seen those commercials that list, like, 5,000 side effects at the end of, like, the medication, like, at the end of the commercial, you know? So we, like, don't really, like, pay attention to it that much. I know some people do. Like, sometimes I go to the pharmacy and someone's, like, asking about all of them. But yeah, we're also, especially in Western culture, we're very prone to just thinking a pill can do whatever. I'm reading this one book. I'm actually in the middle of two books right now. I'm going to switch back and read my other book, but it's called The Emperor's New Drugs. And this dude has done so much research on antidepressants, it would blow your mind. Like, so here's just one quick stat. Only 25% of the benefits of antidepressants are actually from the medication. A lot of them are 75% are from 75% is a combination of placebo effect as well as just getting better over time, right? So a good example is like the common cold. This was a great analogy this guy made. The common cold, right? Like, if you got the common cold, right? Like, you can go get Dayquil or NyQuil or whatever. Your doctor might do whatever. Like, how much of your common cold got better because of the medication, and how much of it was just going to go away on its own? You know what I mean? It's very similar with depression, okay? Like, some of your depression is just going to go away on its own. Like, did you know that they, in the old DSM, they used to say, like, if you've had a significant loss in your life, this doesn't qualify for depression. Well, then they took that out. They're like, nope, never mind. So, like, if you're depressed for more than 2 weeks because, like, your parent passes away, they're calling you depressed. It's like, what? Like, what if I'm just really sad? What if I'm sad for a while? You know, because somebody died. Yeah, but anyways, like, there's so much crazy stuff. I might do some things about medications, but I'm learning so much. Oh, snap! Sherry coming in with $14.99. Sherry, are you out of your mind? Thank you. I think we're getting close. I think we're close. Huh? Did you say something, Tristan, or did you cough? So we're getting close. And all this money is getting donated to Faces and Voices of Recovery. 100% is getting donated And you can also donate to them directly if you would like. That link is in the description below. Oh, that was going to be a sick no scope. That was going to be the sickest of the no scopes. Yeah, Faces of Recovery is dope. Like, so during September a couple years ago, during National Recovery Month, like they always do like a thing here in Vegas, and like one of the founders of Faces and Voices of Recovery came. You think I can snipe this person before he kills me? Oh, you jumped! You mother. Okay, yeah.
Wasn't that the same one you spoke at?
Huh?
Wasn't that the same one you spoke at? Was the same?
Was it? No, that was for like Mental Health Awareness Month, I think. Oh, look at that! Now look at this emote. My son got me. Uh, uh, traitor. Does it like have it all added up? Like 2, 4, 6. Some of this is in a different currency, so I'm not sure how that works, but we'll figure it out. 2, 4.
They said the conversion's similar.
Yeah.
He's got another one, too.
18, 23. Hey! Made it over halfway to the goal. I'll take that. I'll take that. Oh, and Caitlin coming in with a clutch donation. Thank you, Caitlin. So all this is going to Faces of Recovery, Voices of Recovery. So we've been on for an hour. I know a lot of you have been waiting so long for this final giveaway. So the final giveaway, we've given away 2 mini conspiracy website palettes. Do they have a website or a YouTube channel? I'm not sure. There are links in the description though, if you want to go to their website and check it out. I know they're on Twitter. All right, so we've given away 2 mini controversies, and now we're giving away the big guy. Now we're giving away the full conspiracy palette. All right. Ooh, oh, so the euro's a little bit more USD. Okay, so we made a little bit more from all you beautiful people from the from wherever you are, because that's not pounds, it's euros, right? I don't know. All right, so drum roll, please. And we have over 800. How many submissions do we have? How many submissions do we have total? We had 855 entries. 855 entries. And I have a random number generator that picks one number out of 855. And good luck, everybody. Good luck. The grand prize winner is Elizabeth Hall from Indiana. So Elizabeth, if you're here, congratulations. If you're not here, I'll be emailing you. And stay tuned because I'm giving everybody 48 hours to claim the prize. And if not, I'll have to email a second winner. All right? But thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody who donated to Faces and Voices of Recovery. You are all amazing. Thank you all for supporting the channel and everything. I love you for watching the videos. Like, my views are down, but I don't give a fuck. My goal, I just want to help one person, and you guys still give me hundreds of views every single video, and I just want to help, and I got a lot of really cool, exciting stuff coming. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and Twitter as well, because I'm going to start a Discord server very soon. Like, please, Chris, just start it before New Year's, please, for the love of God. But it's going to be really cool. I think it'll be really cool going into New Year's. It'll be this great kind of community. I love it. I'm really excited for it. But thank you all so much, everybody. Reach out. DM me if you have any questions. If you need resources, I can point you in the right direction. All right? And everybody say happy birthday to Tristan one more time. All right? But I hope if I don't talk to some of you guys... Oh, thank you, Kerri. Yeah, of course, Jexy. Yeah, we'll schedule something. But yeah, if I don't talk to some of you before then, have a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whatever you beautiful people celebrate. All right, I love each and every one of you so much. I'll see you next time, and congratulations to Elizabeth.